Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch. This is Season 3, Episode 8. This one is called Bad Territory. The log line for this episode is: desperate for intel, Hunter and Wrecker track down a dangerous bounty hunter. I assume... okay, it could be two ways. It could be Asajj Ventress, but she seems more like a surprise addition to the season than option, the better option 2, which is Fennec Shand. We saw her in the trailers for this season, and I assume that she is going to be the one that applies to. I don't think we would get Asajj that quickly. But last episode I really enjoyed. We obviously were escaping the assassin clone, as well as the clone regiment that is currently being led by Wolf. And we left Wolf with some things to think about, right? And now we need more info on why the frick the Empire wants Omega. What are we going to do next? You know, things like that. I imagine not a ton of huge story progress is going to happen in this episode, but I am excited nonetheless. So, before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It helps my videos get seen more. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider either supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into Season 3, Episode 8 of The Bad Batch. Pabu!
You know, staring at your comm won't make Echo contact you any faster.
It might.
I have to do something to help them.
You are, by staying away.
He's right. We need to know more about why Hemlock's after you.
Yeah.
MCAN
And getting that intel brings you dangerously close.
Incoming transmission from V.
Who?
She's a liberator of ancient wonders.
And Tech's girlfriend.
Pirate. She's a pirate.
Wanda Sykes, baby!
What do you got for us?
I've been asking around about this M-count thing, which hasn't been easy, by the way. But I came through, as always.
Clutch.
Word is, certain Class 1 bounty hunters have been retrieving M-count targets for the Empire.
Why?
For money.
What about Fennec?
Who?
Fennec Shand.
She's
She
cool.
was hired by the Kaminoans to abduct Omega.
She might know something.
She's dangerous, but it may be our only
She's
option.
chill now. We like her.
I got a split.
Hunter's noticing the hand, too.
You and I will go alone.
But-
This isn't a debate. Stay on Pabu and stay out of trouble. Both of you.
Fine by me.
Crosshair getting into trouble. Starting fights on
See
Pabu.
if you can convince him to get his hand looked at. Ignoring it won't make the problem go away.
That is a very colorful station. Oh, I love those little dudes. Got a funky little hat on. Oh, okay, we just killing people.
Was for me.
She looks kind of cool, though.
I remember you two. You're the clones who ruined one of my scores.
Ruined or, you know, got you out of a bad situation.
We hear the Empire has a bounty out for M-count targets.
Why do you want to know about that?
Because they have someone with high M count. Target numbers.
I haven't done one of those
blood,
jobs
such
myself,
things.
I might know someone who has. Now that will definitely cost you
How much?
more than you've got. But we might be able to work something out.
Who is it? Is it Boba? Are you friends with Boba yet?
I've read your files from before.
Probably not.
You're good with demolitions and ordnance, right?
Ha! Good. I'm the best.
And you're the tracker.
Allegedly. We haven't seen him really use his abilities lately.
But he's been hard to catch without a crew.
Oh, so you want us to work with you?
No. You'll be working for me. You follow through. I'll get you what you want to know.
Deal.
We'll use my ship. And so we're clear.
She's in
I
charge.
keep the payment on the bounty. All of it.
Fine. Her hair, whatever she's got in her hair is super cool.
How does your hand feel now?
The same.
Unfortunately, it may never heal 100%.
There's nothing else you can do?
It's mental.
Perhaps the issue is not something physical.
It's in his head.
You think it's in my head?
If you were to elaborate more on the experimentation you were subjected to, I could determine the cause.
I think he's fighting something mentally. He might subconsciously be fighting the indoctrination. Fennec's got a cool ship.
Siler Saris, the slayer of Ordo Eris. One of the slipperiest
Okay.
marks around.
A bug. Big praying mantis looking guy.
Siler knows the planet like the back of his claw. But eventually, everyone's luck runs out.
Okay, so let's go get him.
Helmets on, boys. The air here will kill you. Don't go dying on me until the job's done.
Finally, we go to a planet where they can't just immediately breathe. God, it's so cool. Star Wars boats.
Cut the engine.
Those look like capsized boats.
There's some type of mine up ahead.
How many?
I can't tell from here.
Better get in there and check it out.
You said you never go in the water.
She said she'd never go in it.
Come on, Wrecker. Let's get this over with.
Good thing those helmets are pretty airtight. Damn.
Our best option is to go around.
That's what Siler wants. He won't be expecting us to disarm them. We go this way, and we have the element of surprise.
It's risky.
It is risky. One down. 15 to go.
Finished?
Oh,
Not
the
even
water
close.
physics
Split
look
up. Go left.
so good. The way the water drips off their suits and stuff. Crisp.
That was close.
Close doesn't count. It's either a hit or a miss.
You're still more capable than most.
It's not who he was, yeah.
Just because there's nothing AZ can do doesn't mean your hand can't get better. Maybe you're the one who has to fix it.
How so?
How?
Yeah, like what is he gonna do?
I have
Physical
an
therapy?
idea. but you're gonna have to trust me.
I'm not gonna like it, am I?
You're gonna cut your hand off and replace it with a robot hand. Just a quick amputation.
What is it?
Oh, and that's a group of alligators. The alligators don't get hit by mines? We can't just get back on the boat? Let them swim past? Shot from the trailer, yeah. I think that was the one. Yeah, punch this alligator to death. Damn.
That's why I never go in the water.
Smart. Smart.
Just so you know, I didn't lose Omega. I let her go when the bounty was called off.
By who?
The client. They thought Omega would be safer with you guys. Guess they were wrong about that.
I guess you'll
no.
work for anybody as long as you get paid.
Good guys, bad guys, their money is all the same.
Money's not everything.
And that's because you don't have any.
You'll learn, Fennec. Don't worry. There'll come a time where you want to settle down.
Someone came through here. Veer starboard up ahead.
They're going to activate a sensor. Nope, never mind. That's a pit you're going to fall into. He's like Batman. Hey, dude. Hunter, or Wrecker's heavy enough to break that when he walks across. Maybe not. I keep expecting the floor to break. Escape route, not a trap.
The target went underground.
He's going for his boat. Oh, smart. This guy's pretty capable. I don't know if we're gonna win. Ooh. Suplex City. I was gonna say, damn, how many shots can this guy take?
What are we doing?
It's meditation. It'll help you heal.
I doubt that.
Try it.
Where did you learn this?
I picked it up from my friend Gunji and the other
Yeah.
Wookiees in Kashyyyk.
You've been to Kashyyyk?
Yeah, it was chill. I call him Gungi, though, not Gunji. So precious. So precious.
You promised us information.
I didn't say I had it on me. But I'll get it. After I deliver Siler to my client.
That's not what we agreed on.
You gotta be patient.
I'll be in touch.
I like her. Mainly because she's Ming-Na Wen, but she's just like, she's a natural voice actor because she's the OG Mulan.
I just finished a job with some clones. They were asking about the Empire's M-count bounties. What can you tell me? I'm sure you can track them down easily enough. I'll send you what I have.
Who are you talking to? Come on. You son of a bitch. Okay, another episode of Bad Batch in the books. It is always good to see Fennec Shand again. We love Ming-Na Wen around here. Just huge fan of her in general. I've loved her since I very first heard her in Mulan, back when I was a wee little tadpole. And now, saw her in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as Agent May. I will always, forever have her ingrained in my brain as Agent May. She's the GOAT. The cavalry is incredible. And I think Fennec Shand is pretty cool as well. And I think some seeds of her Book of Boba Fett actions are planted in this episode where, the Bad Batch are letting her know, like, hey, money's not everything. Sometimes you gotta have friends, and you gotta have a place where you can call home and settle down and have a community around you. And those are some of the things that we see come to fruition in the Book of Boba Fett, which is pretty nice. Her and Boba tag team it up. They kind of become a partnership. They get some friends in Mando, and they settle down on Tatooine. Now, granted, they're still in a position of making him seeing amounts of money, right? She's not going to completely give up a desire to live a decent life, right? She's not just going to slum it for friendship, but she's more willing to work with other people, and she's more willing to seek after other things that one might consider more honorable than the pursuit of money, right? Her mission with Hunter and Wrecker was fun. I thought it was enjoyable. Obviously, not a whole lot progressed in terms of story, but she is going to be trying to find more info about why the Empire is after these M-count individuals, and hopefully we find out who she was talking to soon. Maybe she was talking to... She could have been talking to Asajj. I feel like if she was talking to a bad guy, we would have they would have just shown us. If she was talking to Hemlock, I think it would have just been hey, she's talking to Hemlock. But the fact that they're hiding the identity of whoever she's talking to, I think lends some credence to the idea that it's a good enough person. And I think was she giving that person info about the Bad Batch so that this person can track them down? Or was she saying you can track down stuff about the MCO? I don't know. Probably the clones. So maybe that's where Asajj comes in. That would be curious. I'd very much enjoy that. But I feel like the more important and more enjoyable parts of this episode for me were weirdly the most minimal parts of it, and that was Omega and Crosshair. Just the small little moments here and there where she's talking to him and being like, hey man, there's a chance that your hand might never get better, and there's a chance that it's not physical. This could be a mental thing that you have going on, and we need to work on that as well. And at first, obviously, Crosshair is no, there's nothing wrong with my brain. How dare you suggest that? But it's potential. There is a potential that he's got some residual trauma that is just, manifesting in the form of handshakes. And that is not a bad thing. That is a thing that he can work through and maybe get a little bit better. And him being willing to go through meditation with Omega, I feel like is a big sign of growth from him, right? And I feel like she's the only one that could have gotten him to do that, weirdly. Like if Hunter had also picked up meditation and suggested it, he would be like, no, like I'm not gonna do that, pansy crap. Like Wrecker, I feel like he's definitely not gonna pick up meditation, but anybody else other than Omega suggests it, and he would have been like, nah, screw that, like that's not gonna happen. So the fact that he did do it with Omega, I enjoyed. Now, my theory at this point isn't technically dead. My theory from last week, where I talked about how, these assassin clones have like activation, like the specific meaning around last week when the guy was like, "Why have you activated me?" I debated the specific meaning of the word activated and whether or not like those clones are aware of the fact that they are essentially assassin clones prior to activation, a la like a regular spy or something, or if they are unaware of that activation potentiality, a la like Winter Soldier, right? Where once they hear the activation, then their like mind changes and then they're like free of like a cloud, essentially, before they're like subconsciously undercover and then they get activated and then they're out there. I theorized that there's a possibility that Crosshair, the indoctrination and the re-education, he assumes that it was not successful. I theorized that there's a potentiality that he is wrong and that the re-education did work. And, similar to how they reacted to Order 66 and how it didn't quite work with that, maybe it's a similar situation where this indoctrination is in his brain and it's either leaking through in terms of like his hand twitches, or like he is or it's like he's already been activated. Maybe he's been activated and it's not working completely and his mind is like fighting against it. I don't know. There's multiple possibilities. It could totally be that he just has some residual trauma from, what they put him through and some residual guilt about leaving the batch. And those are things that he has to, forgive himself for in terms of the batch and then just kind of like heal from mentally in terms of the trauma. I hope it's that and that he just has to work through that mentally. But I fear that it could be a little more sinister. And because they keep bringing it up, right? They keep bringing it up and focusing on it. At this point, multiple characters are noticing it. It's not just Omega noticing it. Hunter noticed as well. AZ has, now has it in his medical files that this is something going on. So if they continue to make this a large issue with Crosshair, it kind of can lead or lend some credence to the idea of it being a more dramatic situation. Hopefully it's not, though. Hopefully this is just a mental thing that he's got to process and work through, and we can see some real healing and growth from Crosshair. I would like that quite a bit, but who knows? Either way, I think that's all I have to say about this episode in particular. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think of all this. Did you enjoy the episode? What do you think about Fennec coming back? Who do you think she was talking to? Leave all your thoughts down below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider either supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.